The oceans can be benevolent and kind, but also can sport the characteristics of destruction and vengeance and storms. And on either side, there are people who can see those as something greater than themselves, something to revere. Hello, welcome back, or welcome to DIS. I am this idiot, and you are hearing me speak again, or for the first time. Whichever it is, welcome, 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 as we do a review of a homebrew subclass. This one is of the clerics, and called the Tide Domain. So without further ado, let's get into that. Divine Domain, Tide Domain. The gods of the tide watch over those who sail the seas, swim in the lakes, and fish in the rivers. However, there's always two sides of a sand dollar. The first is, like I mentioned, helpful, kind, supportive, moving the tide to help their allies. The second, however, is a nasty tsunami, a terrible storm, destroying their enemies in a wave of water. Deities such as Poseidon, Umberly, Zerbo, and Nephthys are all good choices for a cleric who wants to be of the Tide Domain. Tide Domain spells, cleric level, and spells. At first level you get Create or Destroy Water and Armor of Agathis. At third level you get Misty Step and Warding Wind. At fifth level you get Tidal Wave and Wall of Water. At 7th level, you get Control Water and Watery Sphere, and at 9th level, you get Cone of Cold and Maelstrom. Bonus proficiencies in Cantrip. When you choose this domain at 1st level, you gain proficiency in martial weapons. In addition, you learn the Shape Water Cantrip as a Cleric Cantrip. Oceanic Figure. Also at 1st level, your body has been modified by your deity. You gain a swim speed equal to your walking speed and can breathe underwater. Tidal Slam. Lastly, at 1st level, you can cause your enemies to be slammed down by waves. When you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can force them to make a strength saving throw against your spell save DC or be knocked prone. You can use this ability a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and regain all expended uses after a long rest. Channel Divinity, Grasp of the Sea. Starting at 2nd level, you can use your Channel Divinity to conjure a fist of water to attack your enemies. As an action, you present your holy symbol and cause water particles to coalesce to a point within 30 feet of you into a fist of water for 1 minute. The fist takes up space as if it were a medium creature and has a reach of 5 feet. By expending some of your own movement, you can move the fist a number of feet equal to the amount you spent. Also, as a bonus action on your turn, you can make a melee spell attack through the fist. On a hit, the creature is grappled and can try to escape on its turns as usual against your cleric spell save DC. If a creature is grappled by the fist, it is also considered restrained. When you reach 8th level, if a creature is grappled by the fist, you can use your bonus action to deal damage equal to your Divine Strike damage, which uses up your Divine Strike for that turn, which is later. Channel Divinity, Aura of the Waves. At 6th level, you can use your Channel Divinity to create an aura of churning waves. As a bonus action, you present your holy symbol, and waves start to flow around you to a 30-foot radius for 1 minute. This area is considered difficult terrain for creatures without a swim speed. Whenever you use your Tidal Slam on a creature within the aura, up to 2 other creatures within 5 feet of the target are also affected by the Tidal Slam. In addition, creatures of your choice within the aura gain the effects of your Oceanic Figure feature. Oceanic Figure is maybe later? I don't know. Oh, the swim speed and breathing. Got it. Divine Strike. At 8th level, you gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 cold damage to the target. When you reach 14th level, the extra damage increases to 2d8. And finally, Empowered Grasp. At 17th level, your grasp of the sea becomes more powerful. Whenever you use your channel divinity to use your grasp of the sea, you can create 2 fists instead of 1. In addition, the fists it takes up takes up space as if it were large, and its reach increases to 10 feet. Very interesting. And on to the review itself. So I know that there is a similar subclass to this of the Tempest domain, but that is much more storms and thunder and lightning damage than actual waves itself. So I feel like this is a little more distinct than that subclass, which is nice. I do like the story of, beings like Poseidon or Umberly, or if you wanted to be like, Ariel's father in The Little Mermaid. It's so weird. But gods of the sea, having the water, having control over the waves, just like the god you worship does, that is really cool. It is shown in the domain spells of creating water, using water to protect you, disappearing in a cloud of mist, creating a tidal wave or a wall of water or watery sphere or whatever, which is very cool. Getting proficiency in martial weapons, that is nice. So you can be a little more martial. You also learn Shape Water Cantrip, which is nice. Very situational, but can be very nice. Oceanic figure, you can swim equal to your walking speed, and you can breathe underwater, which is helpful. I don't think that's too powerful. Tidal Slam is nice, where you can, if you hit someone with a melee attack, you can try to make them fall prone, which is really nice. You have a certain amount of uses for it, which is good. Grasp of the Sea, creating a fist of water to grapple and restrain creatures is nice. And then at 8th level, the Divine Strike damage, you can have your Divine Strike damage be dealt to them there, which at 8th level is a 1d8 cold damage, and then it becomes 2d8 at 14th level. The 6th level channel divinity of an aura of churning waves around you to be difficult terrain is really cool. And you can try to slam more than one person with your melee attack. And people inside your aura, you can give them the ability of your oceanic figure of breathing underwater and swimming underwater, so they're not difficult terrain. I think that's the main thing. And then Empowered Strike, your fist becomes 2 fists, and they become larger, and they have a greater reach, which is really, really helpful. I do enjoy this. I don't think this is overpowered or underpowered. I feel like this is pretty on par with the different levels, and the different tiers of the different clerics. Again, this is similar-ish to the Tempest, but the Tempest is more concerned with the thunder and the lightning rather than actual water, from what I know, what I believe about it. I can check to make sure, though. There may be some here. No, none of the well, it has control water, but that's it for Tempest domain. So I feel like stands on its own. I would love to see it in play. Um, Speaking of which, if you want to join me with that would be awesome. Let's see here. Anything else? Of course, shouldn't be any other subclass. And the next subclass I am doing is same kind of deal, but in another way. It's the Druid. This is called the Circle of the Ocean. I'm just reading. Circle of the Ocean Druids are those who know all the aspects of the sea, so they gathered before swelling storms and among sunken cities to pass on words of power and hidden spells. They're bastions of forgotten knowledge and advisors to those desperate enough to seek out lost folklore, which is really, really cool. I like that. That'll be cool. Catch me next week for that. And also the next couple weeks, I will be at a new place because I'm looking after a couple dogs, which will be a lot of fun. But I intend to keep doing this, which is great. Let's see here. Anything else? Keep in your mind my sister's D&D inspired bar idea whenever that comes around. Of course, if there's anything you would say about this cleric subclass, comment down below. I am going through the more of Avernus in Neverwinter in my streaming. If you're curious about that, let me know. And in Lego Star Wars, I'm still doing some free play, which is a lot of fun. And then we'll go on to other games, which will be even more fun. I'll see you guys later as we lorecraft on Saturday about the Cleric Tide Domain. Previous episode, the lorecrafting of the Bard. Channel subscription, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This idiot out.